It's been said that you have as much business breathing through your mouth as you do putting food in your nose. This one time I got food poisoning from beef jerky, and so I started vomiting a lot, and I got like little bits of beef jerky up my nose, and yeah, definitely didn't belong there. Do you guys know that your nose has erectile tissue like your genitals, and is actually one of the 3 places in your body that has this tissue, the other being the ear. In this video I'm going to talk about 4 different things. The first being how you can increase your circulating blood supply by up to 10% with a couple simple breathing exercises, how meditation and breath control can reduce lactic acid buildup and decrease oxidative stress, why you have to stop breathing through your mouth. Seriously, don't do it. And finally, why the freediving community has some really important breath control secrets and techniques that the rest of the physical culture could really benefit from. First, nasal breathing. What you need to know about this is immune function, gas exchange efficiency, and oxygen distribution. Your nose is your first line of immune defense and is very important in creating the pressure difference that allows for maximum oxygen uptake, the creation of nitric oxide, which also helps oxygenate the body. It's just a much more efficient exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide. So there's 3 good reasons right there. It's estimated we breathe in about 20 billion foreign particles every day. So if you're not breathing through your nose, you're completely bypassing your first line of immune defense. You are a city with no walls. You are just very, very vulnerable. You get about 10 to 20% more oxygen in every breath. Multiply that by about 20 to 30,000 every day and 10 million every year, and suddenly you've got some huge differences in total oxygen uptake, recovery, and mood, and all these things too. So with a lot of exercise where you really feel the burn, right, that's a buildup of lactic acid. Breath control, breath holding, meditation has been shown to reduce lactic acid buildup and decrease oxidative stress. 3, stop breathing through your mouth. It's doing so much more damage than you realize. I'm pretty sure that I was breathing wrong for like 10 years. I was a teenage boy. I wasn't fat, but I was a little chubby, and I wanted to be bigger, stronger, so I sucked in my belly and I puffed out my chest and I started using all my auxiliary breathing muscles, breathing shallow chest breaths, and I think that contributes to a lot of tension in the upper back, can lead to all sorts of other breathing abnormalities and dysfunctions. Stop breathing through your mouth. The exception to this is if you're doing high intensity activities. If you're sprinting, or then you may need to, but then it's more about matching the activity to the breathing demands. And if you're over breathing at rest and under breathing when you're doing intense physical activity, either one of those can cause severe problems. 4. Last thing is the freediving community. They have some seriously amazing breathing techniques that could transform high-level athletics. I truly believe that. If they're not already practiced, I'm not sure. I want to find out more about that. They understand breathing. Use techniques like purging, lung packing, hook breathing, all these things. You may not be familiar with these terms. They use neti pots. You fill this up with lukewarm water, make sure it's purified. I like to add sea salt to it. I add about a 1/4 tablespoon for 8 ounces, and then you pour it up through your nose like so, and it just washes out the sinuses and gets rid of the mucus. People with allergies have great results with this, and neti actually is a word that comes, I forget if it's Sanskrit, but it comes from the yoga tradition, and it's been practiced as sort of preparation and purification for yoga breathing exercises for, I want to say, over 1,000 years, if not maybe 2,000 to 3,000. Freedivers understand how to optimize their breathing for physical performance. Anyway, enough with all that. I've given you some basic, very basic information. There's a lot here, and I can provide some additional resources. Here's what you need to do. First, start breath holding. Through a couple repeated breath holds, we can increase our circulating red blood cell count by up to 10%. So we've got this massive boost in oxygen carrying capacity. I found that it's best done in the morning on an empty stomach, because literally anything that requires oxygen in the body, even the peristaltic movement of like the stomach and the intestines when there's food inside, takes up oxygen and reduces from your breath holding abilities. So I like to do 1 minute slow controlled breathing, maybe like a 4-second inhale, 4-second exhale, followed by a max time breath hold. I repeat that for 5 rounds. 2, spend 10 minutes after your breath holding session just doing relaxed nasal breathing. Maybe something like 3 seconds in, 3 seconds out. 3, if you're prone to allergies, if you're prone to a stuffy nose, if you have trouble breathing through your nose, whatever, get a neti pot, use it at least once per day, again with filtered distilled water and sea salt. 4, you've got to start meditating. And this is in addition to the breath holding exercises. There's just so much research out there, and if you're not doing some sort of breath control, breathing exercises, breath holding, you're really leaving some money on the table as far as your wellness, your recovery, your athletic performance. You gotta do it. As far as resources go, I've got 2 books here that I really like. The first is called Breathology by Stig Severinsen. He held his breath for over 22 minutes with like an oxygen saturation first. So terrific resource there in Breathology. Another one that I just finished reading earlier this week that I learned a lot about is called Breathe to Succeed here. It's by Tanya Clifton Smith. Learned a lot of great stuff in there. Breath control is the bridge to the subconscious. Thanks for watching. It's hugely appreciated. Please like if you found this useful. Comment if you do meditate. And please share if you know someone that could really benefit from this information. Thanks, guys.